Hello and welcome to the little house in fall. We are deep into the cold weather now with snow on the ground a few times and definitely frost. I just finished up our sunken garden here in front of the little house, which is a great accomplishment in the beginning of a story we'll call Little House Big Garden. So that's exciting, but it's very muddy. So please excuse our mud. Come on in.
Very last one that may be tiny. Or big.
Or huge.
Yeah, or huge. Tiny or huge. Or big.
Or, exactly right.
Yeah. I think
How about
this
that?
is going to be exactly right. It's a gardening day. And every time we finish something, we get to color and get a piece of cake.
So, can you tell me what kinds of things we do on gardening days?
We plant our lettuce, and sometimes we do garlic, and we do daffodils sometimes.
I drew a squirrel.
A squirrel.
And I thought maybe I could make a
Stella
tree.
was covering it, but that's my squirrel.
Cute.
Then I just helped Sadie finish that flower.
So why don't we take turns writing what the tasks are? Okay?
Okay.
Maybe I should make a line there to write it on. It's okay. Yeah. Then make a dot. Dot. And then make a line. Line.
Are we letting Sadie spell it? Sadie can do it. It's only 6 letters. I-R-E-S-E-S. You can do it.
R.
I. Start with an I.
I. Big I. Okay? Okay, big I. Because this is the name of a job. Services.
Good job, Sadie.
Thank you. After you do that, I'll do this. And I'll make a line into. We're making pavers with leaves in them.
The process for the pavers is 1 shovelful of mixed concrete in the bottom of a bucket, and then the bucket left in a level space to cure for a couple of days, and then you just pop it out of the bucket. It really couldn't be easier. The leaves on the bottom are hit and miss, but it makes it so much more fun for the kids that it was completely worth it to do them that way. This one's ready for concrete.
Mine is 2.
Okay.
Read it one more time. Okay.
And Sadie is quite right that at morning break, everybody gets a chance for coloring and chocolate cake.
Alright, we got red and yellow, green,
Blue, indigo, pink.
I have my chicken chores, all my animal chores down to just 1 time per day because we really cut back on our livestock this year. We're doing just as little as we can so that we can concentrate on these other projects, like building new gardens and continuing to make progress on the house and the shop. We have 2 sets of chickens right now. The older ones are in the coop, and we have a set of young pullets. They should start laying in December sometime, that are helping us to build soil in the deep beds that I excavated to make a berm below the garden. So we're moving their coop, their tractor, on top of these 4x6 beds. It takes them about 2 weeks to fill up a bed. I add 2 flakes of straw every morning, 2 flakes of fresh dry straw every morning, and it takes them about 2 weeks to fill up a bed that's maybe 12 inches deep. and then we move them on to the next one. It's a great way to build soil. We won't be able to plant right in that anytime soon as chicken manure is very hot, but it will eventually be great soil, and my chickens enjoyed the process. Hey, what's falling from the sky?
What?
It's a little snow. It's okay, we can still do our job. Last weekend we planted 50 daffodil bulbs. This weekend we're doing some irises and another pound of garlic. We've done about 4 pounds of garlic along the edge of our property where the elk most like to come in. It's not exactly a fence, but it is a deterrent. We're just using organic garlic from the grocery store and planting it about 6 inches apart, 1 clove at a time, with a thick layer of straw on top of it. We also planted a special patch of garlic just for Milo because he loves garlic. Well, it looks like I got my chores done just in time. I'm kind of not ready for the blanket of snow to be a permanent thing, but it sure is pretty.
It's so white. Snowy white Wonderland, and we are going to make a snowman.
So,
I like science.
so you know the ocean, right? It's all water.
Yeah, all water.
Well, the sun turns it into steam, which goes up into the air. Then it turns into a cloud. And there are hundreds of thousands of little tiny water droplets here. And then they freeze.
And then
Boom!
they fall down as snow.
Here's a little ice crystal. Here's a little ice crystal. Yeah. And so they link together. Into a snowflake. And then hundreds of thousands of these little tiny snowflakes fall down as snow.
This is all water,
Uh-huh.
and it goes up into the air, all into a cloud,
Yeah.
and then it freezes,
Uh-huh.
and then it falls out into little snowflakes, and then all the snowflake, and then all this wind makes all the snowflakes go to the little house. Gardening day got canceled because of the snow out there, right there. And so, instead of gardening day, we're gonna do banana bread.
The kids had to make their banana bread without their dad this time. He was outside in his makeshift shop where we've just moved the tool shed, working on his fireplace project, and didn't want to talk to the camera until the following morning.
Pretty sweet facility, I know. But we make it work.
What'd you have to do?
Warming up my hands. So it's been a busy time of working for other people. One project that I have going that I'm packing up for this morning is a fireplace renovation. It's just an update. These people have a great big brick fireplace right in the middle of their living room. It's two-sided and it is pretty dated. It was built in the late 80s and it really looks like it. So they're wanting, we're cladding it all out in wood, and I'm replacing the fireplace doors with steel, with a steel surround and doors that I've made here. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. They have the same finish on them as the steel in our house. It's a really cool look. It goes along with the color of the wood that's going on, that's covering all of the brick. So there they are, all packed up. Some assembly required. They have doors with glass that I'm going to pick up, and this copies the style of ventilation that the other fireplace doors had. So there we go. Another week of work, not on my stuff, but moving in that direction. So this is probably the last project for a while for other folks. My facility doesn't really work so well during the winter, so it's hard to take on that kind of work. And we'll just focus on stuff around here as much as we can. But it'll be good to get this one behind us.
Good night, little house.
So can you tell them what's going on here?
Well, it's 9:45, and we are still moving things around, so we gotta get a little powered up here with some chocolate and coffee.